Did I ever tell you all the definition of insanity? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again and expecting shit to change. I keep watching Zio, expecting it to, at the very least, be competent and to somewhat decent, but it just, every time, without fail, it finds new ways to give the finger. This show is insanity. Okay. Zio episode 29, Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode 3, and Kishiryu... Or, wait, was it Beast Morphers 3 or... yeah, let's see, Zio 29, Beast Morphers episode 3, and Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger episode 3. Okay, let's start off with Zio. It's the Blade tribute arc. And there's more than a fair bit of problems and a fair bit of questions that need to be resolved. Yeah, like I said last time, another Blade is now on the loose, and it's revealed that, like in the first seconds of the episode, White Waz is now working with Schwartz. I'm finally just gonna ditch the whole Chuck thing. It's not gonna stick. Yeah, White Waz is working with Schwartz now for some reason. Not exactly sure what kind of dirt he's working, exactly what dirt Schwartz has on him. But they both want to change the future, and it seems almost clear by now that White Waz isn't from the alternate Gates Revive timeline, so we just need to figure out what exactly his deal is. All we do know is that he wants to use Gates to change the future into one he desires. Basically, Gates is his personal another rider. And speaking of another writers, Schwartz gives White Waz the another blade, another watch, and he doesn't go back in time to 2004 when Blade was an active writer. He instead sticks around in the present time, and he uses it to turn Amane Amane into another Blade. And it's Amane's, the little girl from Kamen Rider Blade who always hung around with Hajime, aka Kamen Rider Chalice. Yeah, they got her original actress back for this role, and she's still running the cafe that Hajime used to live in the basement of. So, okay, well, if there's any points I could give anything I could give Zio credit for is getting the original actors back. Most likely under the barrel of a gun, but I don't. Again, maybe someone has some dirt on them to get them back, or maybe they just really wanted to do this. I'm just hoping it's the latter instead of the former. Anyways, Amane, even all this time, is still pining and missing Hajime, which brings up a couple of questions. Like, for example, Hajime, what were you doing between the end of Blade and now? And for that matter, why are you still here? Okay, yeah. It's as we see in the opening of the episode, Amane has been missing Hajime for some time now, ever since the end of Blade, where we assumed that Hajime went back to the cafe in order to basically help raise Amane and basically be her surrogate father. Especially given the ending of one of Blade's alternate canon mangas, basically where Hajime still has the immortal Joker undead, basically lived with Amane until her dying days, where she was an old lady. So we figured that he probably went back. We assumed that he went back to, again, basically be her father figure. Apparently not. He's been hiding in some cabin in the woods at some point and just basically continuing his photography shtick. So nonetheless, Amane is desperately missing him, so when White Waz shows up, he uses the Another Blade Ride Watch and turns her into another Blade, so she's completely consumed with her desire for Hajime, and so she goes around attacking photographers, again, Hajime was posing as a photographer, so that's she's basically just attacking any random photographer that she to try and find him. But that's not the only thing that's going on here, since, again, Hajime, we see Hajime is still around. Now, why is this weird? Because, in case you forgot, Hajime is the Joker undead, and we see him still with the spirit human undead card that he uses to assume his humanoid form. For those who haven't seen Kamen Rider Blade, Hajime, the entire crux of that story was Hajime, the Joker undead, the 51st undead, trying to come to terms with his humanity and not wanting the rules of the battle fight where all of the undead, Blade's villain faction and where the Blade Riders get their powers from. He's trying to avoid the end of the world scenario where he was the only survivor of the battle fight and wanted to retain his humanity because he honestly starts to care once he was taken in by Amane and her mother. Going back, remember when another Riders are created? When another Rider is created, their villain faction is supposed to be erased along with them in order to prevent any future disasters. But we see Hajime, the Joker undead, not only still around, since again the undead were Kamen Rider Blade's enemy faction, and they were supposed to be erased from history when another Blade was created. Not only that, but we see later in the episode, we see Hajime transform into Chalice. He still has the Mantis card, which raises several questions. First of which, if another Blade is active, that means the undead should have been erased from history, so there's no Mantis undead, no Blade Riders, and no Hajime, since, again, he's the Joker undead. But, even worse, at the end of Blade series, I know, I've seen it, at the end of Blade series, all of the undead cards that all four of the Blade Riders have collected, save for Hajime's human undead card, were sealed away by Blade's supporting group. Specifically Karasuma, who is basically going to rebuild Board, the organization that Blade was working for before the undead. It's a long story. Yeah, basically, how did Hajime get access to the undead cards? They sealed them away because, specifically, at the end of the series, Blade, Kazuma Kenzaki and Hajime, they're both Joker undeads. And if both of them are the only undead left in the battle fight, then the Stone of Sealing, the giant spiral monolith thing that, created the undead and had them fight in the first place, if the Joker undead is the only undead left in the battle fight, if it's the winner, then the Stone of Sealing would create an endless army of indestructible dark roaches and destroy the world. Wipe out all life on Earth. So, how and why did Hajime get access to his Rouse cards? Are you going to explain it next episode? You better. Oh, and even better, not only is Hajime Chalice again, and he has his full set of hard Rouse cards, but we also see Kenzaki is in Japan, and he tracks down Hajime and is pissed at him because Hajime uses undead powers again. Where, again, the entire point of the battle fight was the entire point of Kenzaki becoming a Joker undead in the first place was to have the battle fight be an eternal stalemate at the cost of them never running across each other again, lest their undead instincts kick back in and they fight to the death, and one Joker undead is still active, which means Dark Roach infestation, rocks fall, everybody dies. So, again, if you're following a logical train of thought here, you'd think that the first thing that Kenzaki would do after learning these conditions would be to, just avoid Japan at all costs. Since, Hajime has no reason to leave Japan since we presumably assumed that he was going to stay with Amane. And, if Kenzaki wanted to avoid coming across Hajime, he would probably have a better chance of doing it outside of Japan. I don't know, maybe like go to Russia or China or New Zealand or even America or whatever. Yeah, the point being, Kenzaki, get out of Japan. Otherwise, the entire world is going to be infested with dark roaches, you absolute idiot. Yeah, the show just tossed all of Kamen Rider Blade's history out the window for no reason. But yeah, that's me getting way ahead of myself here. Yeah, interestingly enough, with back up. Yeah, but the return of the Blade Riders is not the only thing we have to discuss in this episode. See, White Waz has also decided to go and hire Kaito Daiki, aka Kamen Rider The End, to go and steal all of Sogo and Gates and Black Waz's ride watches. Basically, to just take them out of the game, let the another riders run wild, and basically just go and create their own future without interference. Smart plan. The problem is, Kaito didn't steal Black Waz's ride watches, so he could still turn to Kamen Rider Waz and proceeds to fight Kaito under Sogo's orders to get the ride watches back. But of course, Kaito is during the fight, they managed to retrieve Sogo's basically all of Sogo's ride watches, including Ryuki's. Now, originally I was going to go off on a tangent on this one too, but apparently when this episode debuted, it also marked the second episode of, Rider Time Kamen Rider Ryuki. Basically, Ryuki's own miniseries alongside with Kamen Rider Shinobi. And apparently during the events of that miniseries, another Ryuki was created, and Sogo manages to get the Ryuki Ride Watch. No idea how that happened, but again, it's not up for subs yet, so I'll probably figure it out there later. But yeah, I was going to call foul on that, but hey, research is your friend. But a bigger question mark is where the Den-O ride watch is. I mean, we see the double ride watch, which, we haven't seen Heisei Generations Forever yet, Heisei Generations, Heisei Generations Final, Forever. I forget which. It's Forever. Yeah, Heisei Generations Forever, and we see the double ride watch and the Kuga ride watch. So where's the Den-O ride watch? Did somebody take the Den-O ride watch, or was it not needed? Since from what I've seen there, Ryotaro, like I said, another V-log, Ryotaro is, since he's a singularity point, is immune to the effects of time alteration, so he could just transform into Kamen Rider Den-O himself and destroy another Den-O without the need of making the ride watch, but you'd think that maybe they would have just gotten it anyway. But anyways, back on track here. Kaito loses most of the ride watches, but he still has Gates, ZO2, and Gates Revive. And he hands all but, he manages to deliver them over to White Waz. But since Kaito tells White Waz that he wasn't going to steal the Waz ride watch, he just goes and uses Heaven's Door to go and send Black Waz after Kaito. And during this time, another Blade is running wild and attacking photographers. While Zio was fighting her, Black Waz notices something interesting on another Blade's body. And with the previous Another Riders, we've seen not only their name, but also the year that they were created. Like with Zio. Hang on. Like with like with Build, he was created in 2017. So Build 2017 on there. O's 2011. That kind of thing. But we see on another Blade that that Amane was made into another Blade in 2019, just like with another ZO. when we know that Blade was active in the year 2004 and Sogo became Zio in 2018. Now, I think this is where where the whole where my little theory comes in. Yeah, it's been established before that when another writers are created, the common writer not only do the common writer who their powers deviate from lose their memories and powers, but their villain faction is erased too. But so far, we've only seen that happen with let's see, when we've only seen that happen when another writers are created in the same year that their writer is active. Yeah, when Schwartz went back to 2012 in order to create another Forze, Forze was fighting the Scorpio Zodiarts, and when another Forze was created, both Forze, Gentro lost his powers as Forze, and the Scorpio Zodiarts disappeared, meaning the villain faction was erased from the timeline. Now, if this was following that normal train of thought, then when another Blade was created, and basically, if another Blade was created in the year 2004 when Blade was active, then the undead would have been erased from the timeline. But since another Blade was created in 2019, I'm guessing that the powers were hijacked. Oh wait, no, wait, never mind. I almost forgot. Yeah, Kenzaki is still Blade. So yeah, the rules are just completely out the window at this point. Another Blade is active at the same time. Kenzaki is still Kamen Rider Blade. And I doubt they're going to go with the whole, being an undead makes you immune to the effects of time alter. No, that worked with Ryotaro because that was what was already established in the show. So they just stop caring at this point. And yet we still have a few 20 more episodes left to go. I should just stop, but I'm a stubborn idiot, Well, but hey, Kaito's back and he's working for White Waz, so we get to see more of the end. Yay! So, yeah, we're in the middle of a cluster here. Yeah, Kenzaki's on a rampage and attacking Hajime because, well, most likely his undead instincts have taken over. He sensed that when Hajime was using his undead powers again, I'm betting his instincts probably took control of him and he's basically going to go nuts. Since, we see in the preview for the next episode, the Stone of Sealing, the thing that created the undead and decided the winner at the end of Kamen Rider Blade is, it's going nuts. Not exactly sure why. Maybe Hajime loses and gets sealed, or Kenzaki gets sealed since he's now a Joker undead. But again, Blade and Hajime have their Rouse cards. They're not erased from history, while another Blade is active. They've just completely stopped at this point. I don't even know what's going on anymore. And not even White Waz, since he has both the ZO2 Ride Watch and Gates Revive, when he was holding them, basically they formed like a triangle with him at the center, since he was the original bearer of Kamen Rider Waz's powers. And that's basically going to be the basis for Zio Super... one of Zio's Super... No, it's a Gestalt form. Between Sogo, Gates, and Waz, they're going to become Zio Trinity. Oh, dear. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on at this point. It's just... I honestly try. I have no idea what's going on at this point. They've tossed their rules out the window, and I'm just here recapping the absolute lunacy. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? Okay, to break away from that a little bit, we're going to talk about Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode, 4? 3? Whatever. Yeah, basically, it takes place on Valentine's Day, and Ravi is understandably a little bit distraught around the holidays since, Roxy's still in the deep sleep, and her psychotic avatar is on the loose. And, the avatars not only still have the memories of their human selves, Um, they're basically nobodies from King. They're basically the nobodies. While their human selves are sleeping, the avatars have all their memories, but none of the emotions. That's what the Roxy avatar directly says. And yeah, just like with Sayax and Zemnis, they have the memories of how the heart works, and that makes it easy for them to break it. So yeah, she creates a what was it? What's the name of the revised? What's the name of? Oh god, hold on. Oh yeah, the Robotron. She creates the bulldozer. No, not a bulldozer. Shovel. The Shoveltron to go on a rampage and lure out the Rangers. And while Ravi was pinned down by it, she basically goes and poses that she well basically there's still a little bit of Roxy inside of the Avatar, and she plays on Ravi's emotions and feelings towards her to get her to give him to get him to give her let's see Max the science kid I'll memorize it later, basically the molecular bonder that originally created the Rangers and the Avatars in the first place to basically turn Ravi into a third Avatar. So yeah, they can be together working under Evox. And yeah, it's a good idea, but it's kind of the tension's kind of spoiled since it's basically at the beginning of the episode we see Roxy coming up with this plan. It would have worked a lot better, like fooled the audience along with Ravi if this plan wasn't revealed to us in the first place. Make us think, hey, wait a minute, maybe there is a little bit of them, inside these avatars. But nope, they're just soulless psychotic abomination. They're soulless sociopathic abominations. Uh, and yeah, it's basically a standard episode from there. Let's see. Devin and Zoe manage to save Rafi in time. He completely screws the pooch and apologizes, but let's see. Let's see. Oh God, what was it? Skrizer? No. Scrozzle. Yeah, Scrozzle. Jesus, I am bad with this. And yeah, Scrozzle summons the Shovel Gigadrone, but this actually bears some significance to the overall plot, hopefully, since Scrozzle tells the Roxy Avatar to go and retrieve the molecular bonder, which he's going to use as a plan, as part of his plan to go and bring Evox into the human world. And yeah, he's going behind Blaze and Roxy's backs in order to do so, and in order to win Evox's favor. So yeah, most likely for the next couple of episodes, we're going to be seeing, the next plans are going to be focusing around Scrozzle's, restore Evox plan. So yeah, nothing really all that harmful aside from some obnoxious comic relief from Tweedledee and Tweedledum over there, but thankfully they're not the main focus. Step up from Victor and Monty, but still just kind of annoying. And yeah, speaking of annoying comic relief sidekicks, we have Ryusoulger episode 3. Ui, you're off the hook. I'm not going to insult you anymore after what you did. Okay, the latest Minosaur that's out on the loose is the Medusa Minosaur, which is okay, spoilers, it was created from Yui, and it's obsessed with making people look at her since, again, she's basically supposed to be a YouTube celebrity and desperately craving attention. And the Medusa Minosaur, whenever everybody looks at her, she causes them to turn to stone because, again, Medusa. And yeah, Rio gets Ko, sorry. Yeah, Ko gets affected by it, and Melto and Asuna are nearly about to become statues themselves when they're saved by Ryusoulger Green and Black. Let's see, Bamba and Toa, I think? Yeah, Toa. Anyways, yeah, Bamba and Toa show up, and they are absolutely insufferably smug pricks. Yeah, the village elder told, Ko, Melto, and Asuna that those two left the village, and we could see why. Because, as established in the last episode, that person who created the Minosaur has their life drained in order to form it. But they reveal that if you kill the person that the Minosaur was birthed from, then the Minosaur goes too, and they are more than willing to kill Yui when she's in a weakened, defenseless, drained state near death's door. And to top off their unlikability, they even give us the old they give us the old "kill one life to save 10,000" speech. Yeah, they present the value of life as a numbers game. Yeah, killing one person in order to prevent the Minosaur that they create, unintentionally create, from killing thousands of people. To them, they see it as a numbers game. And again, it's not like these people are willingly creating the Minosaurs. It's because of the Druidons. And yet they are more than okay. To be fair, they do go and emphasize that unless the person that birthed the Minosaur is killed, then thousands more will die, and that's not exactly an unfair argument. But yeah, unlike so many times where Toei or any other media tried to present this argument, yeah, the Ryusoulgers, yeah, Ko, Asuna, and Melto. Okay, Ko and Asuna. Yeah, Melto goes along with them since logic. Yeah, I believe in the words of Captain Picard. I refuse to let numbers dictate. Let's see, what was that line again from Star Trek Next Gen? Let's see. Yeah, now I remember what it was. Yeah, basically, Toa and let's see, yeah, they're basically giving the old "would you choose one life over 1,000" argument, and Ko and Asuna's response is, "I refuse to let arithmetic divine. I refuse to let arithmetic decide the answer to that question." Yeah, basically, yeah, it's life. It's not down to friggin' arithmetic. Yeah, those two are psychos. And yeah, basically the whole thing could just be resolved if they beat the Minosaur anyway, so that's what they go and do. But yeah, Yui, who's still while she was asleep, she overheard the conversation, and she decides that if she knows how much death and destruction the Minosaur is causing, and so she heads to the dig site where she and her dad used to look for dinosaur fossils, with the intent of killing herself in order to stop the Minosaur, which Asuna thankfully manages to track down and manages to stop her before she goes through with it. So yeah, Ui, you are no longer an annoyance. You knew the risks, you knew the consequences, you knew that with your death, you could prevent thousands of lives from being exterminated, thousands of lost lives from the Minosaur that was created from you. You were willing to go through with it, and yeah, I was honestly not expecting them to go through with this. I mean, yeah, just Jesus Christ. Yeah, one of the very rare times where suicide was given not exactly the best depiction of that type of situation, but at least it was respectable, and at least there was actual logic behind Yui's decision instead of whatever in God's name Superhero Tyson Grand Prix was going for. Yeah, and so. Oh yeah, a little side plot in the episode. They managed to track down the other the other Kishi Ryu, and where they managed to give them their names. Let's see. Where Asuna names hers Stego Rose, and Melto's one is given Tri-Blade, Tri-Spike, or whatever it is. Yeah, I'll get the names down again. This is like the early episodes, so bear with me here. So yeah, they managed to pull through, and yeah, it doesn't. And yeah, they managed to defeat the Minosaur, save Yui, save all the lives of the people that were attacked by it. And yeah, we're stuck dealing with the two sociopaths that are running on the loose, and they're focused on getting their own Kishiryu. So yeah, those two were left the village, but I highly doubt it was of their own accord. With the a cavalier attitude and disregard to life. Yeah, these two are more than willing to. They're just focused on killing the Minosaurs, and they're more than willing to kill the host that birthed them to do it. But unfortunately, we're starting to see some idiot hero persona starts to crack through with Ko, since he wants them to join them, even though, again, as we've seen in this episode, they hold no regards for human life and were clearly exiled from the village for their disregard disregard towards human life, and which is completely uncharacteristic of the night motif that these guys have clearly. Yeah, they were trained to protect all life from the Minosaurs and the Druidons, and Bamba and Toa were more than willing to kill the hosts in order to prevent the Minosaurs. Yeah, despite the reason and logic behind it, that's a no-go. And yeah, just show, please don't try and sweep their tendencies under the rug. Have this become a reoccurring subplot with them, and just have them come to their senses basically after Ko and the others basically tell them, no, you guys are completely full of it, you're nuts. So yeah, Zio continues to flush down the toilet. Beast Morphers is actually getting off the ground. Ryusoulger, it's going places I honestly was not expecting it to go. So all right, well, next week we'll see how things play out. Bye.